Hello everyone, my name is RJ Flanagan and I'd like to present a few slides to you regarding the dilute dilemma. I hope this is a fact-based review of Good Dog's coat color policy in Labrador Retrievers. Thanks for joining. I'd like to take a look at some numbers here. According to the American Kennel Club, over 100,000 Labrador Retrievers are registered with AKC each year. If you bear in mind that the average breeder will tell you that in a litter in which the puppies are litter registered, that means the mom and the dad are registered and the litter is registered. Only about 50% of those puppy buyers go on to finalize the registration on their dog. So the number of Labrador Retrievers that are born each year is actually much, much higher than this. The number of members of the Labrador Retriever Club is not published, but it's estimated to be much, much, much lower than this. So you actually have a plethora of Labrador Retriever owners that have no involvement with the Labrador Retriever Club and have probably never even heard of them. Also, something that we're going to explore in a slide coming up is dilute and dilute factored dogs now comprise a staggering number of the registered Labrador Retrievers each year. You're going to be surprised at the number coming up. So let's take a look at this graphic here. This is kind of mind-boggling in my opinion. It's kind of a game changer as well. This graphic was provided to me by a breeder friend who tested one of her Labrador Retrievers. This was done by Embark Veterinary. They are a research partner of Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine. If there's any question that this graphic actually is for a Labrador Retriever, I'm sure they would be more than happy to replicate this for you. I do have a copy of the entire test result. If somebody has any doubts about that, I'm happy to provide it. What this graphic shows, what it displays, if we take a look at the pie chart there for the D locus, 18% of all Labrador Retrievers tested by Embark Veterinary, and keep in mind they're one of the leading testing companies in the United States, 18% of all Labrador Retrievers tested by them tested full dilute. 18% are dilute. Another 8.9% are dilute factored, meaning they carry one copy of the dilute gene and can pass that dilute gene on to their offspring. I will just quickly read through this here. This is the AKC LRC first joint statement. And this has been provided to quite a few breeders over the years when they emailed the American Kennel Club to inquire about their silver or dilute Labrador Retrievers. This goes on to say, in 1987, the AKC, in cooperation with the Labrador Retriever Club of America, conducted an inquiry into the breeding of litters that contained members that were registered as silver. An AKC representative was sent to observe these dogs. The report and color photographs of these dogs were reviewed by AKC staff and representatives of the Labrador Retriever Club of America. Both parties were satisfied that there was no reason to doubt that the dogs were purebred Labrador Retrievers. However, they felt that the dogs were incorrectly registered as silver. Since the breed standard at the time described chocolate as ranging in shade from sedge to chocolate, it was felt that the dogs could more accurately be described as chocolate rather than silver. This remains the current policy of the American Kennel Club. In the previous slide, I mentioned emails from breeders or from owners to the American Kennel Club, and I'm going to take a look at one of those right now. So for many, many years, it's been said that owners of silver Labrador Retrievers register them fraudulently as chocolate with the American Kennel Club. So we have an email here from somebody by the name of Christy Jenkins, and she emailed and said, I have a new dilute silver Labrador puppy. How should I complete the color form on the registration application? Thank you, Christy. Our next slide, we're going to review the answer. So moving right along here, we have our answer from the American Kennel Club. It goes on to state, "Hello, Christy. Silver-colored labs are registered as chocolate." So that doesn't seem very fraudulent to me. So as you can see, uh, owners of Dilute chocolate Labrador Retrievers who register them as chocolate are doing so at the express instruction of the American Kennel Club. These are their directions. They're just doing exactly what the American Kennel Club has instructed them to do. Okay, good dog, hold on to your hat. I think it's time we talk about this for a little bit. Does this actually say crossbred? So, good dog, I have collected Embark DNA results on dozens of dilute and dilute factored Labrador retrievers that have been tested. And on every single one of them, Embark Veterinary categorizes them as 100% Labrador Retriever using the markers that they've developed over the years. These test results are all available upon request. If you'd like to take a look at them, just ask me. We're going to take a look at just a few of them now, but as I mentioned, I have literally dozens. So, good dog, the first one I'd like to take a look at here is Merle. You can see in the photo, Merle is a dilute chocolate Labrador Retriever, and according to Embark Veterinary, Merle is 100% Labrador Retriever. And here we have pretty little Belle sitting in front of the flowers. And it looks like the science says Belle is 100% Labrador Retriever. Next up is Aspen. And when we look at Aspen's breed mix, well, she's not a mix at all. She's 100% Labrador Retriever. Way to go, Aspen. So, in case we are getting tired of looking at Embark veterinary results, I thought I'd shake it up a little bit. Here's one from Wisdom Panel. This is Harley, and as you can see underneath the big blue dot, Harley is 100% Labrador Retriever. And here comes Chopper. Chopper is also on a Wisdom Panel, and Chopper is 100% Labrador Retriever. On this slide, we have a letter from the Canadian Kennel Club. This letter went out to breeders of Labrador Retrievers in October of 2016. There's a yellow highlighted section here that talks about the Genetics and Medical Committee. I'm going to have us switch to the next slide here so we can take a look at that up close. So, taking a look at this extracted text from the previous letter, it reads, "The CKC Genetics and Medical Committee reviewed the scientific claims presented and conducted additional research and has recommended that silver-colored Labrador Retrievers should be registered as purebred." Wow. Okay, let's go over that again. The CKC Genetics and Medical Committee reviewed the scientific claims presented and conducted additional research and has recommended that silver-colored Labrador Retrievers can and should be registered as purebred. So you may be wondering what the Canadian Kennel Club did with this information provided to them and the recommendation provided to them by their Genetics and Medical Committee. Well, they did absolutely nothing. The Breed Club elected to ignore science and scientific research to bow to the demands of the other committees of the club. So this takes us to our next question. Is Good Dogs policy fair? We understand that breed clubs can apply a great deal of pressure. I've seen firsthand how snarky some of these breed club members can be, how hateful and disparaging. We also understand that very few owners of Labrador Retrievers belong to a breed club. So you actually potentially stand to isolate probably 80 or 90% of your potential puppy families who really don't care about breed clubs. From conversations with my AKC rep, it seems that not even half of all owners complete the AKC registration process. We talked about that in a previous slide. They just want to love their dog. They just want a healthy, happy puppy, and they like knowing that the puppy comes from nice lines, that the puppy comes from AKC registered parents. But papers and show ribbons actually mean very little to the vast, vast majority of Labrador Retriever owners. So we want to know if Good Dog's color policy towards dilute Labrador Retrievers extends to other breeds. Do you refuse to allow them to be listed under their actual breed name? Do you assign them a random name that you, I don't know if you pull it out of the air or if maybe the breed club gave it to you, but do you assign random names to their status as you did with dilute dilute retrievers? So in the previous slide, I mentioned that, most Labrador Retriever owners don't belong to a breed club. Do they know anything about a breed club? Do they even want to continue registration of their dog? So I did a poll. I put a poll out there recently, and I put it on a couple of Facebook groups, and I made sure I chose non-dilute Facebook groups. One of them was for black Labrador Retrievers, and one of them was for Labrador Retriever owners. These were not specifically groups that were geared towards dilute owners at all, probably more so the other way. So in this poll, I asked the question, I belong to the breed club for my breed, the Labrador Retriever Club. And these were the choices. I am not a member, but have heard of this club. I just want to love my dog and don't care about clubs. I am not a member and have never heard of this club. Yes, I am a member and participate in dog shows. And I am a member and participate in hunting competitions. 54% of those polled said, I just want to love my dog and don't care about clubs. 23% said, I'm not a member, but I have heard of this club. 19% said, I am not a member and I've never heard of this club. So 96% of all individuals polled don't care about the Labrador Retriever Club. 4% are members and participate in either hunting competitions or show dogs, or dog shows rather. But if you look at that, that's 2% of all Labrador Retriever owners that were polled participate in dog shows. So in the previous slide, I mentioned that, most Labrador Retriever owners don't belong to a breed club. Do they know anything about a breed club? Do they even want to continue registration of their dog? So I did a poll. I put a poll out there recently, and I put it on a couple of Facebook groups, and I made sure I chose non-dilute Facebook groups. One of them was for black Labrador Retrievers, and one of them was for Labrador Retriever owners. These were not specifically groups that were geared towards dilute owners at all, probably more so the other way. So in this poll, I asked the question, I belong to the breed club for my breed, the Labrador Retriever Club. And these were the choices. I am not a member, but have heard of this club. I just want to love my dog and don't care about clubs. I am not a member and have never heard of this club. Yes, I am a member and participate in dog shows. And I am a member and participate in hunting competitions. 54% of those polled said, I just want to love my dog and don't care about clubs. 23% said, I'm not a member, but I have heard of this club. 19% said, I am not a member and I've never heard of this club. So 96% of all individuals polled don't care about the Labrador Retriever Club. 4% are members and participate in either hunting competitions or show dogs, or dog shows rather. But if you look at that, that's 2% of all Labrador Retriever owners that were polled participate in dog shows. So in June of 2017, the Labrador Retriever Club published a statement on their webpage from the American Kennel Club, and we're going to take a look at that. The statement is here, but in the next few slides, I'm going to break it down paragraph by paragraph, and we're going to discuss it a little bit. So this first paragraph states, according to the breed standard established by the Labrador Retriever Club, there are 3 acceptable colors of Labrador Retrievers. Those colors are black, yellow, and chocolate. So this hasn't changed much over the years since their first statement. I'm just going to skip to the next section. Silver is not an acceptable color of Labrador Retriever and is a disqualifying fault. Based on an agreement in 1987 between the American Kennel Club and the LRC, it was agreed that there was no proof that these silver dogs were not purebred, and the breeders of the silver dogs subsequently registered them as chocolates. Okay, so this is exactly what the 1987 statement said. There was no proof they were not purebred, and AKC and LRC decided together as a team that the dogs would be registered as chocolate. But then suddenly the LRC decides they're not purebred, or did Good Dog decide they're not purebred, or did Good Dog and a few breeders or LRC members decide they're not purebred? I think a lot of the argument and a lot of the disdain comes from the fact that buyers are willing to pay quite a bit more for silver puppies than the puppies of some LRC members, and I think they just don't like that, and they're a little irritated by that. Okay, so let's keep breaking this down. The next section states, using parentage testing, it cannot conclusively be proven that silver Labradors are not purebred dogs or are crossed with Weimaraners. Okay, so what's the problem? It cannot be proven that silver Labradors are not purebred. How much clearer can we get on that? It cannot be proven that they are crossed with Weimaraners. How much clearer can that get? So how does Good Dog get to decide suddenly that they are crossbred when this statement says that can't be proven? So moving right along to the next section, it states, the Labrador Retriever breed does not carry the dilute gene DD that appears universally in the Weimaraner and is responsible for silver color. So how can the LRC make a scientific statement that the Labrador Retriever breed doesn't carry the dilute gene? Evidently, they're not understanding that recessive genes can lie hidden for many, many generations. Jack Vanderwyck himself, who was one of the premier documentarians on the Labrador Retriever, actually stated that chocolate remained hidden in a specific line for over 90 years. So for 90 years, there's not a chocolate dog in the pedigree, and then bang, it shows up and you have a dog by the name of Morningtown Tobla. So next we're going to go here to the phrase regarding the Weimaraner. That is very misleading. It states the Labrador Retriever breed does not carry the dilute gene that appears universally in the Weimaraner and is responsible for silver color. I think this is kind of semantics intended to make us believe or to lead us down the path that the Weimaraner is responsible for the silver color in the Labrador Retriever. It's merely dilute chocolate, and dilute is present in almost every breed of dog. So yes, it does appear universally in Weimaraners, meaning that all Weimaraners are dilute. They're universally dilute. However, the dilution gene occurs in many other breeds naturally, including Chesapeake Bay Retriever, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia Duck Tolling Retrievers, Foxhounds, Collies, Sheepdog, Greyhound. I could go on and on and on. So moving to the next slide here. This is an excerpt from Good Dog's webpage, and it shows it shows actually a dilute Labrador Retriever, which Good Dog has listed as a dilute retriever, and it has it listed as a crossbred. So who decided this when it actually goes against the AKC LRC statement? It goes against both of those statements, the old one and the new one, in which it says it cannot be proven that they are not purebred. It cannot be proven that they are crossbred. So why does Good Dog get to decide that they're crossbred? So moving to the next slide here, this is an excerpt from Good Dog's webpage, and it shows it shows actually a Dilute Labrador Retriever, which Good Dog has listed as a Dilute Retriever, and it has it listed as a crossbred. So who decided this when it actually goes against the AKC LRC statement? It goes against both of those statements, the old one and the new one, in which it says it cannot be proven that they are not purebred. It cannot be proven that they are crossbred. So why does Good Dog get to decide that they're crossbred? So as we have all ascertained by now, um, color disqualifications and other types of feature disqualifications exist in every breed. So, or at least every breed that I can think of, every breed standard has disqualifications. So, I'm wondering, does Good Dog's policy extend to the following? Does it extend to Newfoundlands, the beige, the white and beige, white and brown, white and gray? Those are all disqualifying colors. What about lemon, orange, tricolor, blue-eyed Dalmatians? Does it extend to those? German Shepherd dogs, are they considered crossbred? The white ones? Pandas, maskless, non-black nose? What about Weimaraners? The blue Weimaraners, the dark ones, Cardigan Welsh Corgi, Boston Terrier, Party Yorkshire Terriers. Does this policy where you declare them a crossbred and you give them a different name extend to them? So as we have all ascertained by now, um, color disqualifications and other types of feature disqualifications exist in every breed. So, or at least every breed that I can think of, every breed standard has disqualifications. So, I'm wondering, does Good Dog's policy extend to the following? Does it extend to Newfoundlands, the beige, the white and beige, white and brown, white and gray? Those are all disqualifying colors. What about lemon, orange, tricolor, blue-eyed Dalmatians? Does it extend to those? German Shepherd dogs, are they considered crossbred? The white ones? Pandas, maskless, non-black nose? What about Weimaraners? The blue Weimaraners, the dark ones, Cardigan Welsh Corgi, Boston Terrier, Party Yorkshire Terriers. Does this policy where you declare them a crossbred and you give them a different name extend to them? So, Good Dog, what about Whippet, Staffordshire Bull Terrier, American Bully, Saluki, West Siberian Laka, English Springer Spaniel, Great Dane, Poodle? Some of these dogs within these breeds all have disqualifying colors or traits as well. So what about Chinese Shar-Pei, German Shorthair Pointer, Doberman Pinschers, Buceron, Belgian Shepherd, Swedish Lappoon, Nova Scotia Duck-Tolling Retriever? We mentioned them before, and they also come in Dilute, which is a disqualification. Australian Shepherd, Shetland Sheepdog. Does your policy extend to them? So what do you think, Good Dog? Does it? Does it apply to them? Except where listed merely as a serious fault, the colors and traits listed in the previous few slides are definitely confirmation disqualifications within that breed. So why do you single out the Labrador Retriever if concern for the breed is truly at the heart of the decision? Good Dog is cherry picking the disqualifications of only certain breeds when they're considered equally negative amongst all breeds. Why only color disqualifications? Or why not do it at all? So let's take a look here at the white German Shepherd dog. Is it still considered a purebred? Hey, it looks like it is, but it is a confirmation disqualification in the breed, but they're still purebred. And here we have the party poodle. It is definitely a disqualification, conformational disqualification in the breed. You can't walk into the show ring with a party poodle, but hey, they're still considered purebred. And let's take a look at the pug. Why is a pug a crossbred? I know that any color other than fawn or black is considered a conformational disqualification, but why is it a crossbred when the others are purebred? Must be a high pressure breed club, huh? In my opinion, every PowerPoint presentation needs and deserves a little humor, but this is what I actually think. I think that good dog succumbs to breed club pressure, and I'd like to see you change my mind. So let's wrap things up here, good dog. I believe that you will see that the policy that you have extended to Labrador Retrievers of the dilute color is number one, not scientifically based at all. Number two, incredibly biased. Number three, established only upon pressure from certain breed clubs. And number four, possibly putting your organization at some legal risk. Okay, good dog, here we go. So you are probably wondering at this point exactly what it is that we want from you. Well, hopefully you've done a little bit of your own scientific research in the last week or two leading up to this presentation. We request that you either, one, remove your current policy regarding Labrador Retrievers of dilute colors and quit applying these made up breed names to them, or extend your policy to include any and every breed in which there are dogs with disqualifying coat colors or patterns. We are not asking that you do something special for us. We're asking that you either apply your rules to everyone or apply your rules to no one. But to cherry pick breeds here and there in which to apply your made up rules to, that's not fair, good dog. That is absolutely not fair. Good dog, I'd like to thank you for your time. I'd like to let you know that I think that your organization has the potential to be a really good thing, but some of the things that you're doing right now also have the potential to turn buyers against you. So, if you'd like to discuss this further, please let me know.